Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be doing a deck profile on Scraps because Scrap Dragon got reprinted. I was surprised no one's really playing Scraps, but I'll be playing it later on. But I'm going to just do a deck profile and do some explanation as we go along. So first off, I play one Cyber Dragon. I do just like it just because it adds that extra boost sometimes that you need. I mean, if you want to go for a quick Scrap Dragon, you can still do it. And I just really like Cyber Dragon overall. Really decent card, in my opinion. And then we play 2 Failure, 2 Maxi for the hand traps. And then we play 2 Mech Lord Emperor Granel, although not too many people are playing Synchro Plants anymore. This was amazing. Also against 6 Samurais, this card is amazing. So basically, you get it out when you use Scrap Storm, because the last thing that happens is you destroy the selected monster. So Granel won't really miss the timing to be able to special summon. So basically, he's kind of like a little bit of a power card, I would say, in this deck. So once a face-up monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card gains attack and defense equal to the half of your life points, and once per turn you can select one synchro monster and your opponent controls and equip it to this card. This card gains attack equal to those equipped monsters' combined attack. During your main phase, you can select one of those equipped monsters and special summon it to your side of the field in face-up defense position. So pretty good. You can take someone's synchro and then attach it as like an equip, and then later on you can kind of special summon it in defense. So it's pretty good. I mean, especially when you take someone Xian, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, he's just, he is good. I think 2 is okay. You can also try out Weisel if you want to play Weisel. I think Weisel is pretty good as well. Stopping spells. But I really like this because it becomes 4,000 in the very beginning of the duel. It's just pretty nasty for anything to deal with. And it does have 0 attack, so if you are playing Sangan, you can actually just search him out with Sangan, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so he's pretty good. I think 2 is okay. And then we're playing 3 Scrap Beasts. He's really good. So when he's destroyed by the effect of a Scrap card and sent to the graveyard, you can select one Scrap monster in your graveyard except for a Scrap Beast and add it to your hand. Most likely you're going to be adding the Scrap Chimera. And Scrap Chimera, he's kind of like the tour guide, or the thing that kind of starts out the deck. So basically he can only be used as material for a Scrap monster, and all other synchro material must also be Scrap. So basically you use him to make Scrap Dragon. Usually you go Scrap Chimera and you Scrap Beast, and then you go and use Synchro for Scrap Dragon. You can still also overlay. This card's actually a really good card to make in this deck because Scrap Dragon's effect is you target one card you have, and then target one card your opponent has, and you destroy both those. But this card, if it would be destroyed, you can detach a material. So I like making this. As far as, you can play Roach and all those other ones. I just didn't really feel it was necessary because Scrap Dragon controls the board a lot. Actually, especially with 3 Fiendish Chain as far as back row. I really feel like, you could definitely try out Roach if you'd like. And I played 1 Scrap Goblin. I wish it was level 4, but this card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this face-up defense position is selected as an attack target, destroy this card, and so that'd be actually destroyed by a Scrap, because he is a Scrap. If this card is destroyed by the effect of a Scrap card and sent to the graveyard, you can select one Scrap monster in your graveyard except for Scrap Goblin and add it to your hand. So again, it's basically how the deck works is you summon a Scrap Chimera and then you get back Scrap Beast and you make Scrap Dragon. The deck kind of just revolves around Scrap Dragon, which is, makes sense because it's Scraps. That's kind of just the way it runs. And then I play 1 Scrap Golem. So this is Scrap Dragon's other effect that no one really ever uses because they don't really play Scraps. But when this card is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to the graveyard, target one non-synchro Scrap monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. So this is what I usually go for. I go for Scrap Golem, and then Scrap Golem allows me to, he's a 5, and that's kind of also why I run Scrap Goblin. Also works with Cyber Dragon, Scrap Goblin that is. You just bring it back, then you make Scrap Dragon once again. So this one's effect is 1 per turn, you can select one level 4 lower Scrap monster in your graveyard and special summon it to either player's side of the field. So pretty good stuff. And then as far as spells, there's a lot in here. I play Book of Moon, Dark Hole, Heavy, Mind Control. This card is really good because if you would take their card, you get to pop essentially their card and then pop another one of their cards. So it's pretty awesome. Then I play Reborn, Double Space, 2 Duality, Scapegoat. I love this card in this deck. You can make Scrap Dragon again because you can still synchro with these tokens. And you can just pop the token to pop one of theirs. Good chainable as well. Then play 3 Scrap Storms. So this card is pretty much the what really runs the deck. So basically you use Scrap Storm, and you go Scrap Beast. Also, Scrapyard, you can add one Scrap Tuner from your deck to your hand, and that will usually be the Scrap Beast. Oh, I mean, you can go for Golem as well. I'm sorry, not Golem, Goblin as well. But yeah, basically what you want to use with Scrap Storm is you'll send this card to the graveyard, and then since this is destroyed by a Scrap, you get to add one card, which will be the Scrap Chimera, that gets sent with Scrap Storm. So Scrap Storm says, select one face-up Scrap monster you control, send one Scrap monster from your deck to the graveyard, then draw one card, then destroy the selected monster. So how this play works is you have Scrap Beast out in attack position or defense position. Normally you want to normal summon it, because it has to be a face-up Scrap monster. You activate Scrap Storm, and then you have to send one Scrap monster from your deck to the graveyard. So you'll send this one to the graveyard, and then this card Scrap Beast gets destroyed. Then, since it was destroyed by a Scrap card, because Scrap Storm, you get to add the Scrap Chimera from your graveyard to your hand, and then you're already set up to make a Scrap Dragon the next turn. So that card's just really key, and then I play 2 Scrapyard again just to search out for the Scrap Beast or Goblin. I just like 2 of them. And then I play 1 Call the Haunted, because you can actually Call the Haunted Scrap Dragon, and it works quite well. You can also Call the Haunted this card, if you'd like to do that, because I know that you can actually technically get more damage, because this card is 23, and then you can get out, it's just... yeah, level 4 lower, then you just grab this. This only gets effect when it's normal summon, so keep that in mind as well. But yeah, you can technically get more damage in if you want to go for like Scrap Golem. And yeah, again, usually the deck is pretty much make Scrap Dragon as many times as possible. And then we play 3 Fiendish Chain, and the reason why I love Fiendish Chain in this deck is because Fiendish Chain allows you to destroy Fiendish Chain because it's your card. So you basically negate your opponent's effect, and then you get to go, oh, let me pop this because it's kind of completely useless, and then let me pop your other card, and then like attack over the other card that you just Fiendish Chain because Scrap Dragon's 28, pretty beastly. And then we have the Solemn Brigade. Then we're playing a Starlight Road because I do like to set a lot in this deck. I just like it as well because sometimes when you go for a Scrap Chimera and then you got your other card, they'll just torrential right there, and it's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, keep in mind you can still Scrap Storm other cards, like you can do Scrap Dragon, you can do like a lot of other things. And also there's also Scrap Archfiend, which is here because he is a Scrap card. And then we play Double Torrential Tribute. As far as the extra deck, I would say make sure you have this card. This card is probably like your go-to card. If you already have Scrap Dragon now and you just want to take control of the field, just summon Scrap Chimera and then overlay these two, and then you can have like things to pop for days. Yeah, it's pretty good. And also you'll probably want one of these. Other than this is the other Scrap Dragon, so this one it's a little bit what level is it, 9? Yeah, it's level 9. A little bit difficult to make, but once per turn you can select 1 card you control and 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy the one you control, and then return 2 cards to your opponent's hand. So, and then it has the effect of when this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can select 1 non-synchro Scrap monster from your graveyard and spell summon. Again, Scrap Golem is the card you go to. Also, when you activate Scrap Storm, you can also just send this card to the graveyard. This card's not too great to draw. I usually want him in the graveyard. But yeah, I wish you could just like special summon this like Cyber Dragon, but unfortunately you can't. That's why I just play the 1 Cyber Dragon, which is kind of there. Because I really just like it. And it lets you push really aggressively sometimes when you have the opportunity to do so. But yeah, this has been the deck profile for the Scraps. I'll probably play it later on, and I'll show you guys the combos. You guys can see it in action. I was playing with it a long time ago. But yeah, now that Scrap Dragon's got a reprint, you can definitely make this deck a lot easier now, because Scrap Dragon got its reprint, and that card was a really popular card for a long time that not too many people had, so pretty good card. Also, just one thing to mention, you can play Wiseau over this if you wish. I just personally like the 4,000 attack. I think that's really nasty. Really early on in the game, that can just completely shut down an opponent, especially if your opponent's playing Dragonides and they go for first turn Stardust, and then you're just like, it's cool, let me just take your Stardust, and then I gain attack, and next turn I can just special summon the stars to my side of the field, and then it goes in defense position, so that's a downside to it, but it'd be too good. It allowed like too many OTK plays, to be honest. But yeah, that's been the deck profile for Scraps. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comment section below, because I think I'm going to be playing this in a few more days. I'll just check out what you guys have to say about this deck, because it's a pretty good deck, honestly. I was surprised Scraps never really took off. I mean, there's a few people that played it, and it did top a few times, but I don't know what's really wrong with the deck. Is it just not that fun? I mean, basically it's just make Scrap Dragon as much as possible. Yeah, I don't know, maybe people just like, because 6 Hands is all about Shia and set the back row, and this is all about Scrap Dragon, and then set the back row, and then negate them, and then pop. I don't know. I think this deck's good, though. But thanks for watching, guys. Asian White Dragon, signing out.